Hi guys, we are here with Andrea Michelotto, who did third place at the PHK WCQ Regional with a very spicy deck. So man, show us the spice.
Yeah, so today I ended up getting third place here in Chimera at the regional. I came here with my friend Jack, who also got fourth place, so it was overall a pretty good day. And today I decided to play a different deck. Since the meta now is an entrap deck, I decided to play a deck who somehow punishes hand traps and also pretty good against board breakers. I can't lose against board breakers, which is Chimera Illusion with Branded Fusion inside, because I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh without that card. It was 44 cards in the main deck.
Now a shout out to our sponsors, the first one being Graad, the best grading company in Europe, based in PIANETA in Milan. The second one is CARDTRADER, the online marketplace platform where you'll find the cards you need at market price in one shipment only. Create your account using the link right here. The third one, Game to Collect, is one of the top Italian sellers on the market, specializing in high-rarity American cards, gold format, and misprints. They also collect your cards up to 85% of their value. Next one is Magician Circle, a local store in Trieste specialized in sealed and custom products. They also host events for all TCGs. Then shout out to GameLover, your favorite place based in Crema, where you can eat, play card games, table games, and also video games. Next we got ALIANDY, your go-to place in San Giovanni Lupatotto, where you can find mangas, comics, board games, singles, and tournaments for all TCGs. Then a shout out to Planet Fun, the best place to go in Rovato for weekly tournaments for all TCGs. Last local store we have is Gamerland, based in ABBIATEGRASSO, Lombardy's best shop to buy singles, sealed, and play weekly tournaments. Then we have CHAPA'S Playmats. They produce amazing custom playmat that may have your own image on them. Last but not least, we have Dragon Inc. They produce our official PA jerseys and cloth mats. All their links are in the description down below, so don't forget to check them out.
And let's see it. So I
Also shout out to all the prizes and to the double cloth mat of PH and Magin, the players. Shout out to Magin players.
Shout outs at the end. Just one shout out now to Fiaba who gave me these cards today.
Il mecenate.
It's free apprentice, free coaptol, and free sword knight. These cards are the one card combo. This is the new card. I think this card is on one hand not a very good addition to the deck because it just leads you to the same things. But on the other hand, it's pretty good because it gives you access to rank 6 plays, and also it has a good synergy with Agent Chain. If you start this card with Agent Chain, the game is already over. So it's overall a very good addition to the deck. Then super format, free gazelle. I was playing 2 at first, but then I decided to add the third one because you need to search the third one at turn 3, and also this one is also a starter because you just need to see this card with another monster, and it's also a pretty good starter, this card. And then free Chimera Fusion, you have to play free, no once per turn fusion, very good card. Then Master Tau, you need this card to have access to Mirror Sword Knight without using your normal summon. And the fact that you can have access to Sword Knight without normal summoning is pretty good because you don't die to Ash Blossom. And then this card is broken. This card is the reason why I decided to play this deck. You can search this card, you can dump it, you can summon it back many times. And this is essentially an anti-spell. Some decks just can't play against this card, and also you don't necessarily have to set up this card immediately. You can just wait for your opponent to commit some cards, and then when they are left with 2 cards in hand, summon back this card, and she probably deals with the last card in hand with the last play. Then the Patchwork Engine, free Patchwork, free Imp, and free Poly. I know the best line is just to play 2 of these cards, of this card, because it could be bricky, but this is the engine that gives gas to the deck. I need to see this card to play around hand traps, and also it's pretty good at going second because Poly Chimera Chimera that you cannot target is pretty good, and it helps you to break in the opponent's boards. So I think you have to play in this particular deck. You can cut one of this card, but I think playing, maximizing password is better. Then 3 Branded Fusion, 1 Albats. As I said, I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Without this card in the deck. This card is really good in this deck. It has a really good synergy, because if you don't start with one of your starter, you can dump Albats and Gazelle to summon Ringbroom, and Gazelle gives you the starter. If you already have the starter, you can just summon Lubellion and make Mirror Jade. Also, this card in Imp is very good. And also this card is a bait, because if you start first play Branded Fusion, your opponent, especially in game 1, will immediately Ash it, and then you can Mirror Sword and play after. So Branded Fusion has to be in this deck. Then this deck has 12 flex spots. You could play 12 entraps, but I think playing 12 entrap is not the correct choice, because you just rely on seeing more of one entraps. So I decided to play the best ones. So 3 Ash, 2 Vader, 1 Ghost Warner, 3 Impermanence, and 3 Crossout. I think Crossout is a better choice instead of deciding to play another entrap, because Crossout is a very impactful card. As I said, this deck punishes entraps. If your opponent uses an entrap, and then you can play through it, and then he uses another hand trap, and you have cross out for that hand trap, and then in that phase you rip a card in his hand, so he's left with 2 cards in hand, and you have so many interruptions. So I think cross out is a better card also to draw as a 6th card. So I think you have to play this card, and also Call by the Grave. This card is always in my hand. When you see this card, you just win the game. So this was the main deck, 44 cards. Then for the extra deck, 1 Chimera the King and 2 Performant. You don't need the second of this card, you just need 1, you just do it at turn 1. And you need 2 of this. I think this card is the card that gives this deck more versatility, because this card can dump Tao and give you access to Sword Knight without using your normal summon. So this card is pretty good, and also it can dump Gazelle, it can dump anything. Then this 1 to TK, I've never summoned it today, I didn't need to, but you have to play this card because it's very good. You need to TK with this card. Then 2 Guardian Chimera, nothing to say about that. Very strong card. Then for the branded part, 1 Jade, my father, 1 Lubellion, 1 Albion, and 1 Ringbroom. One of each is the perfect line, because if you start with this, you shuffle back Albas, with Jade you send Albion, and you have Branded Fusion live also the following tour. And if you miss the starter, you can start with this, having the starter, and also when this card goes in the grave, you have the effect to summon back Albas and make Jade then. So one of each is the perfect ratios, in my opinion. 1 Magnum the Reliever, custom card, very good. You have to play this card. 1 Stapelia, you need it if your opponent uses Shifter or just overall a pretty good card. And then for the rank 6, Evolve Zarlars, you make this card if you start with Apprentice and a pretty good hand. It's very strong. And then Beatrice helps you to have the last piece you need to complete your combo if your opponent stops you. And then last card, Chaos Angel. I never summoned it today, but you can make it with Apprentice and Sword Knight, so with a light and a dark, and he can steal games. So it's a really good touch. I don't know if I will play it again, but I think it's a pretty good card to have in the extra deck.
Maybe it can steal games.
Yeah, it can steal games. Some decks that don't even have an out to it, so I think you have to play it. So for the side deck, 2 draws. 1 always goes in the main if you go first, because I lose to this card. I can't play through this card if I don't see cross out or call it, so I need to have protection to this card. And also you put the second one if you go second, and you are playing against a deck that loses to this card. Then my control, Change of Heart, for the best deck in the format. Snake Eye Cash. They are pretty good card. Steal Appaloosa and then play. 2 Bestials, never put them in today, but I think won't cut them, because if I play against Despia and I go second, I need at least 11 hand traps, otherwise I just lose the game. 2D barrier, just 2. You put it as a target of cross out and it's broken, we know, against so many decks. See? 3 dark rulers, you need this card because there are now some spicy decks with Ostinato inside, Voiceless Ostinato. You need this card because it can shut down so many boards. 1 Duster, 2 Cosmic, I really love this card. I would like to pay 3, but I don't have the space to play it. And last card, Talent. This card could be in the main deck because, as I said, this is a deck that punishes hand traps. So if your opponent hand traps you, you can play through it. You have Talent in hand, and then in end phase you resolve Chimera the King to ripple 1 card. It's already game. But the only card that I could cut to play this card was one of the Patchwork Engine, and so I decided to play this card in the side deck instead of the main deck. And I put it when I go first. So when I go first, I cut an hand trap, so I can have both Patchwork and this card. And I think playing this card in the side deck is the better choice. So that was it. Shout out to Machine Players, shout out to the sponsor, shout out to Mbare Jack, shout out to Lissandrine,
The best, numero uno.
who was able to top with Sky Striker today too. And that's it. See you at the national.
To organizators.
Shout out to Fiaba, shout out to everybody here, and see you at national.
See ya guys, have a nice one, stay plus, stay purple. See ya.